નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. Adarsh Education Society welcomes you all here. Dear student friends, let's move ahead with third unit. The title of the third unit is Friendship and Duty. You see here, the first word itself is very interesting, and that is friendship. What is friendship? What we have with our friend, and that friendship will make us to be in love with him or her. Love means to whom you can share your life, with whom you can share your issues, ups and downs, wholeheartedly. That is the place where we can rest our head with happiness and sorrow. What's duty? What's exact opposite to right? What is exact opposite to right? If you will think for the right, you will think for the duty first. What you should, according to your soul, according to rules and regulations of your profession, that's duty. You see here in this unit, the writer has given us a fantastic idea about the friendship and about the duty. Which one is superior? If it is asked to you, you cannot reply. But he has replied here with the end of this story. Basically, the writer of this story is William Sidney Potter. It's the name of the writer, William Sidney Potter. But in English literature, William Sidney Potter is not that much known name throughout the world. But if you will speak about simply O. Henry, O. Henry is a well-known name in the English literature. Throughout the world, in English literature, it's well-known name. Why is it so? Because William Sidney Potter is his real name, and his pen name is O. Henry. Basically, O. Henry is an American writer, and he has given the idea about the short stories and existence of short stories in English is more or less based on the work of O. Henry. About O. Henry, one thing I'll tell you, and that's what basically he has passed his maximum life in the jail during his lifespan, and so that he is much more aware with the crime and criminal mind. Apart from that, one thing I'll tell you, that whenever he was in his life during the jail, whenever he was with his life, he was used to be with other people, those who were there in the jail, and with them he will share ups and downs of the life, stories of the life, issues of the life, upcomings and drawbacks of the life, and drawbacks of the laws, how he or she was punished. Like that, he was used to share with all in this way. O. Henry came with a different views in his short stories, and due to that reason only, he is having a fantastic grip in his writings. O. Henry's short story is maximum known for his wit, for his wordplay. What he is using for the word, that word will play the fantastic role where he has used it. Apart from that, he is well known for the warm characterization, what he is used to characterize in his story, that characterization, the characters would be always from our surroundings, and that would be the matchless one in English literature. Even his short stories are much more uh, famous throughout the world for his best characteristic, and that is with the clear and yet twisted ends. कहानी में भी थोड़ा ट्विस्ट होना चाहिए, but here his ends would be always with a classical twist, and that twist will give the right endings of his short stories. If we'll move ahead with his lifespan and about his life, he was born in 11th September 1862 in North Carolina and died on 5th of June in 1910. From December 1903 to January 1906, O. Henry wrote his short stories in the week of a New York magazine, Word magazine. It's a well-known word magazine throughout the world a week. There he was used to write his short stories, and he was used to publish it. And so many times with his several short stories, he was praised throughout the world. Even he published his short stories in other magazines also. Some of his famous short stories are The Last Leaf. Keep it in your mind that this last leaf will be there in your syllabus in 9th standard. The Gift of Maggie, The Furnished Room, The Cabbage and the Kings. These all are the fantastic, well-known and renowned short stories throughout the English literature. Apart from this, one thing I'll tell you, what's here in this short story. This story is about up to 20 years. What's there? This is a typical short story of O. Henry, and in this short story he has given a fantastic twist, and that twist leads this story towards the right end with the plot structure. However, the characters portrayed, he could well make us reflect on our values. The most important thing is what? Our values. We should have ethics in our life, and according to ethics only we should live our life. If we are apart from our ethics, it's not at all good to live our life with the right track. This moral we will get from this story, and this is the importance of this story so far as our life is concerned. After 20 years, what should be, what should not be. If you are in place of A character or in place of B character, what will you do? If you will think it, you will realize what Henry has written over here in his story, perhaps that is the exact and perfect end. This is what he wants to convey through this story, that is, we should have our values in our life. If we don't have our values in our life, perhaps nothing is possible, nothing remains valuable in our life. That we have to think with this short story. Few individual questions. These all are the open-ended questions, because each one will write different opinions for this one. Who is your best friend? You can write the name Radha, Meera, Krishna, Sita, Meeta, Geeta, Shyam, Ram, whatsoever you like, you will write. But this is an open-ended question, so that the answer would be always different from person to person. Next to that one is, why do you like him or her? One characteristic would be there in him or in her. He is faithful to you, he is loyal to you, his nature is good, he removes your worries and sorrows. That is the capacity of your friend, whether he or she makes no difference. This one also would be open-ended question. You will write with your own notion. What do you mean by friendship? This is most important question. What do you mean? According to Shakespeare, a friend in need a friend indeed is a friend in need. A friend indeed is a friend in need. Whenever you are in the necessity of your friend, at that time, if your friend is with you, perhaps this is the real valuation of your friendship with him or with her. In this way, we have completed the introduction of your third chapter, Friendship and Duty. મિત્ર એવો શોધવો જે ઢાલ સરીખો હોય. ઢાલ means shield, just like a safeguard, just like a protection wall. સુખમાં પાછળ પડી રહે. In our happiness he will not be, પણ દુઃખમાં આગળ હોય. સુખમાં પાછળ પડી રહે, દુઃખમાં આગળ હોય. This is what we have definition in our Gujarati literature. What's here after 20 years? We'll move ahead. In the first paragraph only, you will get the setting of this story. What is the background? How the time is, which is the place, and how the characters are there in front of us. That you will come to know over here. And that's the valuation, that's the starting point of the lesson after 20 years. We'll move ahead from the first one. What's there? The policeman on the beat moved up the avenue impressively. You see here, generally the police department will move ahead here and there with the time of their patrolling, and they will observe each and every corner wherever they pass, and then afterwards they will move ahead on the beat. On the beat. The thing is what? On the beat. And on the beat indicates that he is faithful to his duty. On the beat he moved up to the avenue impressively. The impressiveness was habitual, not for a show, but for spectators were few only. What avenue impressively? And this impressiveness, from where you will attract, this is impressive. This impressiveness was a habitual one. This is not to show you for a day, but whenever he will be on his beat, on his patrolling time, he will be there with his perfect duty. That is given over here. It's not for a show. Why is it so? Because few spectators only were there, so that to whom he will show his duty. Whatsoever he performed there, he performed it with his habit, because impressiveness was the habitual one. The time was barely 10 o'clock at night. You see, the time is also given over here. The time is what? 10 o'clock at night time. At night, the time is 10. And generally, if we will think for our surroundings, you will think that if it is of winter season, it won't be possible for anyone to identify anyone at night 10 in severe cold. 10 o'clock was the night time, but chilly gusts of wind, severe wind blowing, with a taste of rain in them, had nigh de-peopled the streets. You see here, chill gusts of wind was with the taste of rain. Little bit rainfall was also there with the blowing wind, and this situation, night 10, severe blowing wind and drizzling of the rain, made the entire street without people. De-peopled. This word you will keep it in your mind. De-peopled. De-peopled, you would have not seen this word, but de-peopled is equal to without people. Got the idea? In this way, we have completed this first one paragraph. Uh, from the next paragraph, we'll move ahead gradually. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us.